Hello lads, Osman here, back again with another video. This time we're talking about the big one, the one we've all been waiting for, the derby of all derbies in English football. It's Manchester United v Liverpool at Old Trafford on Sunday. Honest to God, this is literally the biggest game of our season so far. You know, you hear a lot of pundits saying for relegation games it's a 6-pointer, and this is literally the definition of a 6-pointer. I'm not going to say that if we win this game we got a chance of winning the title or anything along those lines, but if we win this game we do give ourselves a huge chance of getting that top 4 spot. You know, given our current position, I would assume that we're going to get a top 4 spot. We've got all the momentum on our side. Arsenal starting to bottle it like they do every season. And we have obviously built that sort of amazing win streak in all competitions. However, like I said in my previous preview against Hull, I feel like this is our test now. For me personally, as a United fan, I've been really happy with the way we obviously been getting the results, and you know that's the most important thing. We're building that sort of consistency. However, I feel like this is the test to see what stage we're at. If we can pass this test, then I feel like all the other teams are gonna, well, around us, regardless of our situation, we're still probably going to be in 6th after this game. But all the other teams are going to take us a lot more serious, and even other teams that come to Old Trafford, they're going to start fearing us again, and that's what this game's all about for us. If we do end up turning them over, this is when the United of old is going to be coming back, because that's when teams will know what, if they can beat Liverpool, they're definitely back on the right track. Because arguably Liverpool have been the best team in the league this far, obviously after Chelsea, but arguably they've been playing the best football all season pretty much. Right, okay, so just regarding the game itself, I feel like it's gonna be one of them games that no one wants to make a mistake. I feel it's quite similar to the Old Trafford, not Old Trafford one, the Anfield one, where we obviously set up to draw. But given our circumstances in that position, I'm actually happy Jose did that, because if we went to play for a win, I think we would have got hammered. I think now we've developed, and obviously our players are a lot more settled, the use of the system. Pogba seems like he's, you know, stepping up, and he's the player that we actually signed. Obviously Zlatan's on form. A lot of our players are actually playing with confidence now, so I think it'd be criminal if Jose was to set up in a similar manner. I think it's quite important that we do actually go ahead and try to win the game. I think for Liverpool, I don't know if the fans, I know most of the fans I've spoken to, you know, are saying that they're going to win, etc. But I think they'd be happy with the draw at Old Trafford. You know, at the end of the day, if they drew the game, it wouldn't be the end of the world for them to still be in amongst Chelsea and obviously the other teams in the top 4. So for them, I don't think a draw is a bad result. So we need to be, you know, we need to be cautious that they might just sit and try to break us on the counter. So given the pace that they have got up front, that is something that could, you know, threaten us quite a lot. Right, so what I want to talk about really, you know, talking about the preview, etc., I want to look at the weaknesses of Liverpool, because everyone obviously knows how good they are going forward. There's no denying that, you know, they do have a Mane missing, which is, for me, is a huge blow for them. But I think, if as a tactical sort of point of view, I think it's quite important that we, you know, we shut Coutinho out of the game. I think Carrick and Herrera need to do a job on Coutinho. They need to double up on him. Don't allow him to get the ball. Don't allow him to get pockets of space, you know, in that number 10 position, that he finds that little, you know, bit of space in behind and obviously in front of the defenders. If we can keep Coutinho out of the game, I think we've got a good chance. But going forward, I think we have to try to exploit their defence. You know, the mistake Lovren, was it Lovren? It might have been Clavan. Clavan made at Southampton was absolutely disgraceful. And we did see a similar thing against Sunderland as well. Oh, sorry, it was West Ham, I apologise. We did see a similar thing against West Ham, when West Ham were just hitting the ball upfield and they had a lot of mix-up, and Antonio actually did end up scoring from one of them when one of the defenders headed it back and obviously played him in. So there is an obvious sort of weakness there in Liverpool's defence. We're well aware of the fact that the defence is not the strong point, but if we do, you know, pinpoint some of their individual players and get players running in behind, such as Mkhitaryan with Milner, and get him isolated 1v1 against their fullbacks, I think we've got a lot of success there. We're going to get a lot of joy going forward. I don't think our defence is strong enough to keep them out for the whole game. I think they will score, but obviously I'll go into my, you know, score prediction in general. But what I will say is the key battle, obviously, in any game is the midfield. And I feel like our midfield three has been absolutely sublime, especially in the last couple of months. They've really come into their own. I think we've got a nice blend of everything there with, Carrick, Pogba and Herrera. Got all sort of opportunities to go forward as well as shooting up shop, etc. And obviously maintaining the ball in the middle of the park. I think against Liverpool side in general, I think the main sort of their main strengths going forward obviously is their pace. However, I feel like Firmino has not been the same player since Coutinho's got injured. I know Coutinho's back in the game, but I feel if we keep Coutinho quiet, we've got a good chance of nullifying their attacks in general, because I think everything that's good going through Liverpool's attack this season has been through Coutinho. I know Henderson has been quite pivotal in starting attacks and dictating the tempo, etc. But I just don't think Henderson's as good as his stats are, suggesting he is. But yeah, just going forward, Mane is a huge miss for them. Honestly, I feel like we've got a greater chance without them having Mane. I'm assuming they're probably going to play Sturridge, Coutinho, Firmino. Like I said, as long as we keep Coutinho quiet, we should be fine. But enough of Liverpool, let's talk about our own strengths. Honest to God, I think this is the first time in a while that us United fans genuinely feel like any team that turns up at Old Trafford, that we can actually turn them over regardless of who it is. And I feel like Liverpool, alongside Chelsea, are the only two teams that have actually caused us any problems this season. I know we're in sixth, and that's a bit of a rich comment to make, but obviously Chelsea beat us quite convincingly, and every other team, if you actually analyse the performances, I feel like we've been in every single game, regardless of the final score. Even the Man City game, I felt like we definitely should have got a draw. So the Liverpool game, they did kind of nullify our attack as well. Well, I suppose we kind of nullified our own attack, setting up so defensively. I think given the circumstances now, that we definitely need to win this game. And honestly, I don't want to, say that we need to win this game because it's Liverpool, but I genuinely feel like this will have such a positive impact on the rest of our season. Not only by the fact that we'll get the 3 points and obviously bridge that gap, but I think it'll show other teams that we are here to, actually do something this season, and it's going to be a perfect opportunity for us to set down a marker for any other team that comes to Old Trafford and realise, what, it's not an easy place for us to go. They've just obviously turned over Liverpool, who are arguably one of the better teams in the league. I'd probably say after Chelsea, they've played the best football, even probably better to be fair at some moments. But yeah, it does give us an opportunity to really set down a marker, and that's something that we need to grasp with both hands. So bearing that all in mind, I really hope Josie has a more attacking approach this time. Obviously, we did park the bus last time around, there's no denying that. And to be honest with you, I don't disagree with that. In that situation, if we were to go toe-to-toe with Liverpool, we wouldn't have been able to overturn them. But I think it's a bit of a credit of how far we've come from that Anfield game. Now I feel like we're more than comfortable as fans to say I think we can go toe-to-toe with Liverpool, and I do think we can beat them as well in saying that. So bearing that all in mind, this is the team I would choose. I'm going to blend it in a bit with what I think Joseph's going to choose as well. I think the back four kind of picks itself, given how they played recently. De Gea's in there, obviously. Antonio Valencia, right back. Centre backs, Jones and Rojo. I do believe Rojo should be fit. I have seen Jose saying he's not 100% sure, but I don't know. I just think that's a bit of I think he's lying a bit there. I'm sure he's fit. So I'm going to go Jones, Rojo, as they've been so good together, and I can't believe I'm saying that. Left back is where we have a bit of an issue, because Shaw's clearly not going to play, so it's between Blind and Darmian, and I feel like this is quite a bit of an issue. Similar to the Liverpool situation, where they've got Milner at the back. I just don't feel either of these guys are full proper left backs. I know Miller's been doing alright, but I definitely think that's a weakness on both teams. Our left back position is weak, and both teams definitely need to improve that. So in this case, I'm going to go for, to be honest, it's a bit of a tricky one, because Blind's not quick and Darmian's positioning sense and concentration does lack. So on that basis, I'm going to choose Blind, given the circumstance of the game. I feel like I trust him a lot more, to stay in position, etc. And I just feel more confident with him there. So I'm going to go Blind, and then the midfield three picks himself: Pogba, Herrera, and Carrick. No brainer, obviously, in my opinion, one of the best midfield trio in the Premier League. Arguably consistently performed well in the last couple of months. And in the front three, this is where I think mine and Jose's team is going to differ slightly. I'm going to go for Mkhitaryan and Zlatan and Martial, but I feel he might choose Lingard just for that sort of workhorse rate. I've lost my words there. Workhorse rate that he obviously offers to the team, and given Liverpool's ability to break so quickly, that's something that you might bear in mind. I wouldn't be too disappointed if he does have Lingard on the bench. Lingard starting with Martial on the bench, because that's one thing I do want to mention is the fact that our bench does pose quite a threat. So, you know, if Martial's not playing and Lingard is on the pitch, we've got Martial, Rashford, Mata and Rooney to come on. So I don't care what team we're playing against. If it's 70th minute and we're still 1-0, with one of them options or two of them options coming on, it's going to threaten them. Tired legs, especially Rashford and Martial in particular, running behind in that Liverpool defence that I don't think is actually that good anyways. So I think that's definitely going to work in our favour later on in the game if we need it to happen. Yeah, so I think overall I feel like we've definitely got a stronger squad than them. I think for the Liverpool team in general, the only threat is, for me personally, is Coutinho. I know Lallana's been in fine form recently, but I just don't think Lallana's going to be able to impact the game as much as the Liverpool fans expect him to, just because he seems like he's in between two positions at the moment. Because Mane is not there, they need someone to replace Mane. So I don't know if they're going to go for Firmino false 9 and push Lallana up top, which probably would work better overall for the Liverpool team. But I just think we're just going to have too much for them defensively. So going to my score prediction, I'm going to go for 2-1 Man United. I feel like we'll score first and then obviously we'll push on from that. Hopefully, we get off to a quick start, because obviously we know Liverpool are known for the high pressing and quick gargan press, whatever the hell they call it. I just think we need to counteract that and make sure we're clever with the ball in the first 20 minutes and don't allow them to have that sort of momentum coming into Old Trafford. At the end of the day, the first 20 minutes are going to be the most important in this game, because it is going to set the tone for the rest of the match. Obviously, if we get off to a good start and the fans are all over the Liverpool players, it is going to put a lot of pressure on them, and they're going to be more susceptible to making mistakes. Yeah, so just a quick summary. I know the video is quite long here. I feel like we should go ahead and try play for the win. We have to win this game, in my opinion, to place down a marker, show the teams that we do mean business. If we do end up, getting the win, we're only 2 points behind Liverpool, and it does allow us to really push on for the rest of the season. The main threats from the Liverpool team, for me personally, is Coutinho. I don't feel like Firmino's been as good as he has in past months. You saw the difference Coutinho made when he came on against Southampton. Liverpool just looked like a better team straight away. So as long as we can nullify Coutinho in that game, I feel confident that we could be successful and obviously try to get that win. Quite nervous but excited to see what can happen. It's just one of them things, you don't really know what can happen in these games. Form does definitely go out the window. I have seen a lot of people saying Manchester United the better form team, but Liverpool are unbeaten in 5 as well. Well, it's the loss of the day, so before that game they were unbeaten in 5 as well. But just regarding the form thing, I just don't think form matters that much. Obviously to an extent it does, given the confidence of the players, but I think every player will be up for this game. It's an absolute, it's the game that you live for as a player, I would imagine. I'm acting like I'm a football player and I would know, but I don't. But yeah, just finishing on that note, I think 2-1 United. Really hope that my post-match analysis is something to look forward to, but we'll see what happens. Thank you for watching, boys. I appreciate it. Come on, United! Come on!